All right, guys, we are back for part 2 in a 2-part series of 20 top strategies that are going to help you for keyword research, product research, and even something that can help you see for signs of review manipulation on listings. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. How can you get more buyers to leave you Amazon product reviews? By following up with them in a way that's compliant with Amazon terms of service. You can use Helium 10 follow-up in order to automatically send out Amazon's request a review emails to any customers you want. Not just that, but you can specify when they get the message and even filter out people that you don't want to get that message, such as people who have asked for refunds or maybe ones that you gave discounts to. For more information, visit h10.me/follow-up. You can sign up for a free account or you can sign up for a platinum plan and get 10% off for life by using the discount code SSP10. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Serious Sellers Podcast by Helium 10. I am your host, Bradley Sutton, and this is the show that's a completely BS-free, unscripted, and unrehearsed organic conversation about serious strategies for serious sellers of any level in the e-commerce world. And we're back with part 2 of 2 of our deep dive into Chrome extension tools that can help you level up your Amazon business. Now, if you didn't see the last episode, I would pause this and go back. We went over some crazy strategies, guys. Anything from estimating how many sales you can make if you're an arbitrage seller, to how to do product research when you're on Alibaba.com without even having to leave the website and go to Amazon. We talked about a trick that was able to get me $1,000 back from Amazon, due to a mismeasurement that only took me 10 seconds to do. So we had tons of great stuff in that episode. Make sure to just pause this and go back to that one. But if you're ready to listen to that, let's do the second set of strategies that I had prepared for you. All right. So first up, this strategy is about how to do product research or find opportunity just by using the Amazon search bar. All right. How in the heck does that work? Let me show you guys. All right. So I'm looking here. I'm just on a search result page. But if you have the Chrome extension installed and you start typing in a word, like maybe I just want to know words that start with coffin, right? So I start typing in coffin and I've got the Chrome extension installed. As you can see, our search expander is showing kind of like longer tail keywords and what the data on it is, the Helium 10 data. For example, the first column here, it's talking about Amazon suggestions. So this is the Amazon autocomplete. All right. So whatever would come up if I just typed in coffin, this is what's showing up in Amazon autocomplete or auto suggestion. And I can see the search volume of each one. As I put my mouse over each of these keywords, you can see on the bottom here, other information will come up, like what's the search volume trend? How many competing products there are? What is the title density? For those who don't know what title density is, that is how many listings on page 1 have that exact phrase in the title. Like here's a word, I don't even know what the heck this is. It's called coffin bag. And this is searched for 1,500 times a month, but it only has a title density of 1, meaning there's only one listing in the entirety of page 1 that has that keyword in the title. I'm going to skip over here to the right, and this keywords after means, all right, whatever I typed in the search bar, these are words that are that make up phrases with that seed keyword. So since I typed in coffin, it's showing me words like coffin purse, coffin decor, coffin nail tips, coffin wallet, coffin ring, and again, I can see all of the search volume. Now this section called keywords before, now I can see, hey, what keyword phrases end in the keyword that I entered in. All right. So here, for example, we've got nail tips coffin, mini coffin, carotid coffin. What the heck is that? Press on coffin. All right. So what are the keywords that end in coffin? And then we have something exclusive to Helium 10, obviously, which is Smart Complete. That's coming from Magnet, where it takes in a phrase that I put in and it kind of like gives me broad or phrase match versions. So like, let's say the keyword was coffin shelf. A word that might come up in Smart Complete would be risque coffins that will help shelves. That doesn't even make any sense. But the point is that it doesn't have to be in phrase form. So even though the keyword was coffin shelf, something like that crazy phrase I just mentioned would potentially come up in Smart Complete. Now, here is something that is super, super killer, guys. All right. Did you know that Amazon is actually telling people what are the 6 kind of like most searched keywords by people who searched whatever you just searched for on Amazon? That might sound like a bunch of gibberish, but basically, if you scroll to the bottom of some search result pages, so this search result page I'm looking at here is coffin shelf. If I scroll to the bottom, not every keyword has this, but some of them has this section called related searches. All right, guys. And this is exactly what this is. Amazon is telling you, it's like exposing data, not even to sellers, to anybody, that, hey, these are the keywords that people are most, if somebody searches coffin shelf, this is what they're searching before and after coffin shelf. And you can see 6 highly valuable keywords right here. Well, without having to scroll down and look at it, that actually has to do with this search expander too. If there is a related searches or related keywords section of this page, you are going to see it in the search expander at the very top under the second column where it says related keywords. So instantly now, I'm going to be able to see which are the keywords that Amazon is saying is important to this niche and what their search volumes are. So super, super cool kind of like aspect of not only just Helium 10, but also Amazon showing you what related searches are. And so you can do all of that by using the search expander part of the tool. All right, so that was strategies 12 and 13. Now, the step 14 is a killer one too. Even when I was going into it, I must not have checked out this tool in a while because I didn't even realize this was available. All right, but this I'm entitling how to see the top keywords for products on the search result page or an individual product page in seconds. Let's first of all show you guys how to do it on a product page. All right, so I'm just going to click onto this coffin makeup shelf listing right here, right? So let's just say I am on this page, and any of you guys can do this on any listing at all. You know, you could be shopping on Amazon and you're like, this looks like an interesting product. I wonder which keywords are driving potentially the sales of this product, right? So all you would have to do is click on the Chrome extension and hit XRay Keywords, all right? Hit XRay Keywords. It's a newer tool, one of the newest tools, and it is going to show you the top keywords. You know, I don't have to go to Cerebro. I don't have to open up any other tool. I can instantly see the top keywords that are showing up or that this product is showing up on the top of the search results, all right? I can actually change which ones I might want to look at. I can hit this global search settings button, and I can say, you know what? I only want to see the ones where it's in the top 20 positions and that has, like, let's say at least 700 search volume. I could even do filters for suggested PPC bid if I wanted to in title density, but let me just do that. So like right here, now I can see this product that is selling 600 units a month, 20 units a day. I can see that the majority of their organic sales must be from these keywords that they are all ranking highly for. Gothic decor for bathroom, or Gothic decor for bedroom, coffin decor, coffin wallet, Gothic gifts. All right, guys, this is, did you know that you can do this? Guys, this is crazy. Like, you don't have to go into Cerebro. You don't have to click outside of the tool. You can instantly get this top keywords on this page. Now, this is not where you're supposed to be doing your keyword research. All right, guys, this is not meant to be, I'm about to create a new listing, so let me do my keyword research on Amazon. No, you should definitely be using Cerebro and Magnet for that. But this is for like getting ideas when you're doing your product research and validation. If you want to start going down these rabbit trails of different keywords and just understanding how a product is performing, like where its sales are coming from, at least from the keyword side, guys. Now, something that's cool is actually the same exact tool if you use it on a search results page. All right. So here I am now back on the coffin shelf search result page. And if I do the same thing, so I hit the Chrome extension and I hit XRay Keywords, and now it's going to show me all of the keywords that a lot of these top products on this page are ranking for. Now, here's the thing that's cool. First of all, this is just cool in itself. Like instantly I am seeing top keywords of this entire page of results, right? And I could see, you know, keyword bids and search volumes, and then the competitor rank average. All right. So competitor rank average is kind of like what I like to sort by, because I want to see which ones have the top ranks, and I can see that Coffin Shelf obviously has one, wall makeup organizer. But on this page, as you guys know, for Coffin Shelf, there's some coffin shelves, there's some coffin makeup shelves, there's coffin bookshelves, there's just random coffin decor products. Maybe I don't want to be like considering all of those products in one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this global search settings, and then I can be like, you know what, I'm going to take this search volume down to like 500, and I want to see where they're ranked in the top 20, but I only want to select a certain number or a certain set of products. Helium 10 is selecting 10 of these products for me, but I can be like, you know what? I don't want to see what this makeup shelf is doing. I don't want to see what this bat shelf is doing. I don't want to see what this coffin tray is doing. Let me replace those 3 products with 3 actual coffin shelves, right? And then now I can rerun the search again on these new sets of products. So it's almost like running advanced Cerebro right here when I haven't even left the Amazon search results. And now I can see the top keywords for those exact products that I entered. So guys, this is something that you guys can spend a lot of time on. Again, at a quick glance, if you're just trying to do some quick product research and you find a product, however you found a product or found a keyword, XRay Keywords is a great tool to just run and get an idea of where the sales are coming from. But you can really go and narrow your focus down when you start going into those global search settings. So make sure, guys, to take advantage of using XRay Keywords. Speaking of XRay, these last few ones are going to be about XRay, and there's a lot of different pages you can run XRay on. So for example, one of them is on the storefront of a seller on Amazon. All right, you can run it there. You can also run it, and that's what this strategy I'm about to talk about, if you're on Amazon bestseller pages. All right, so if you're in a subcategory or in a regular category, and like for example, right now I'm in the kitchen and dining Amazon bestsellers. These are the BSR 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. This is not search results, guys. This is Amazon bestseller. Hit the Chrome extension, hit XRay, and I'm going to see the estimated sales of all of these top sellers in kitchen and dining. So this is kind of like a great way, especially once you start getting into these subcategories, to see what kind of sales these products are doing. Now, another thing that I like to do is in the search result pages, I like to run XRay on them and of course see the estimated sales. That's like the number one thing that you can do. But there's a lot of other kind of like quick things I can do at a glance. Take a look. I just ran XRay on this coffin shelf search result page, right? One thing I like to look at is, like I said, the estimated sales. I can see, how much they're doing. I can see some newer sellers on here. But another thing I like to take a glance at is the seller country region. I can see it goes about half and half between US sellers and Chinese sellers. And there's a couple Canadian sellers here. There's somebody from Australia selling a product. And then Amazon itself is selling a few of these products. So that's a great thing to look at. And another thing that I like to take a glance at is the age of the listing. And I can do that by looking at the last column. All right. So if you go to a search result page and almost everything was like created 5-6 years ago, those guys are probably well established. But if I see creation date, a lot of newer listings that were made in like 2022, even 2023, that's something that could, potentially get me excited. Other things I like to look at are fulfillment. Like if I see a whole bunch of sellers selling FBM, I know I could have like a potential advantage over some of those sellers, because if I'm going to do FBA, I know my listing would stand out a little bit more. Another thing that gives me an idea, and by the way, guys, for those of you who can't see my screen, I'm literally just on one screenshot right here of XRay. Like all of this stuff comes from the same exact thing that I'm talking about. I like to look at the number of images because it really tells me how good these sellers are. Like everybody here has 7 images at least, except one guy has 3. So I'm like, all right, the sellers here pretty much know what they're doing. I get excited when I see the number of images for multiple listings on page 1 be like 2 and 3 and 4. It shows me that there's a lot of rookie sellers there in the niche. Obviously, review count is something that I like to look at, and then the ratings as well. Now, one thing that is killer, and this is like actually the next strategy here, is how to set up your own criteria for product opportunity in the top 10 search results. All right. So how I would do this, first of all, is I click the Chrome extension, and then I'm going to hit this gear or settings button, right? And then what I want to look at is this two-factor success score. All right. So basically this is me saying, hey, I want to know what is happening in the top 10 search results, guys. This is like crazy. Like no other Chrome extension has this, right? So this revenue filter right here, if I put like $4,000, that means the number I'm going to see on this next screen is how many sellers in the top 10 are making at least $4,000 of gross revenue, all right? The second thing is reviews, and this is how many sellers in the top 10 have less than whatever number of reviews I'm putting in. I'm going to put 125. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. And now I'm going to go to the search results. All right, so now when I go back to the search results and I hit X-ray, what I'm going to see is based on that two-factor score, what is going on the top of page one. All right, so for example, I'll see right here at the top right, it says a 5 and a 4. Why does it say that? It's saying that 5 out of the top 10 products on this coffin shelf page have a revenue of over $4,000. And the second number is a 4 because only 4 out of the top 10 products have under 125 reviews. So a lot of you guys like to see, maybe you want to see like an 8 right here on the second number, or maybe you want to have like a 6 and an 8 at least. Well, regardless of what you are looking for, this is going to instantly tell you what is going on in the top 10 search results, which is really who you're competing with, without having to go in one by one and calculate what's going on. So instantly I can see, you know what, this is okay. I can hit this related keywords button and then see some other potentially related keywords to coffin shelf if this two-factor success score has some potential better numbers. So for example, I see none of them here have like at least a 6 and a 6 or a 5 and a 5, but there's one here like coffin shelf large 5 foot that does have a little bit higher demand. All right. So guys, this is just another kind of, I don't know if I want to use the word game changing, but a great way to do your product research, especially if you are like me and you like to analyze what's going on in the top 10 of the search results. You can just set your own parameters of what you want to see, like what you want that number score to be high. How many sellers do you want to see over whatever revenue you're trying to look for? How many sellers or how many products do you want to see that has less than a certain number of reviews? You can set all of that up in the back end. And then whenever you go to any search result page, now you'll instantly see with just a click of the button what is going on that page. So it's a really great way to do some product research and validation. Now, I talked earlier about, doing product research on Alibaba.com in the last episode. Well, what about what Alibaba.com is normally used for, which is looking for suppliers, all right? So I like to look for suppliers on Alibaba, or at the very least get an idea of the price of a product so that I can use that profitability calculator that I talked about in the last episode. So how you can do that, if you're on the search result page, if like I'm on the search result page for coffin shelf, what I want to do is I want to hit this button, find suppliers on Alibaba. And once I hit that, it's actually bringing in, without having to go to Alibaba, all of the suppliers that come up for a coffin shelf search. So what I would do is I would just use some advanced filters, like maybe I only want to see suppliers that are in China, or maybe I only want to see suppliers that are in Vietnam or Pakistan, right? And then how old these suppliers are, and then just start scrolling through the results, and then I could just instantly get an idea about how much it's going to cost me to produce this product. So once you guys actually find a factory that you want to use, I can actually go to Alibaba directly from here. But this is just a quick, easy way maybe to get a rough estimate on how much you'd be paying for a product, so that, before you go too deep into it, like if you see that it's way too expensive, you're like, you know what, I'm not going to be able to make profit. I'm just going to move on to the next one. It's a great way to do that without having to go and actually go to Alibaba.com or get quotes and things like that. All right, for those of you who like doing product research or you like doing competitor research, you might find something on Amazon. You're running X-ray like I've been showing you, and then you're like, man, I need to like bookmark this product, or I want to see what this product is going to do in a week or 2 weeks from now. I want to see if, how their sales are in a couple weeks, or, this guy might go out of stock. I don't want to lose this product. I want to be able to, go check out his store and remember who he is, even if he goes out of stock. Well, whatever the reason is, if you want to save products, this is how you can do it super easy. Once you're in X-Ray and you see the products, you just hit this little pin button, guys, to the very left of it and say, save to my list. All right. So if I select that on any of these, what's going to happen is it's going to save to my list. And then I can just go ahead and open it in Helium 10 at any time by clicking on my list. And now those products are right here. And I could, at any time go back here, whether it's in stock or out of stock. It's not going to disappear from this list. If a product goes out of stock on Amazon, it's not going to be there anymore. You might not be able to see it unless you put like a Chrome bookmark or something there. So this is just a great way to kind of save your ideas. Like maybe, hey, I want to find 10 product opportunities. I want to save it for later and then review it later. That's what you can use. Or if you're just trying to maybe spy on your competitors, and you want to make sure that you have a record of who you're watching, well, add it to my list, and that'll be a great way to be able to keep track of what they're doing. The last strategy we're going to talk about in this 2-part series is how to look for signs of review manipulation. Now, there's nothing that automatically will show you. I know there's Chrome extensions out there like Fake Spot, and things like that, but not always reliable. This is not exactly foolproof either, but one of the things I like to look at, let me show you, is looking at the review velocity. All right. So for example, usually there's a kind of correlation between sales and reviews. For some people, it's like every 20 sales, maybe they'll get a review, or every 30 or every 40 or every 50. So you could see that here, like this makeup shelf, they've got 600 reviews and they've got, or 600 sales in the last 30 days. And they've got 60 reviews in the last 30 days, right? Now that actually is pretty intense. That almost is borderline manipulation to me. Getting one review for every 10 sales is kind of crazy. Look at some of these. Look at this one here: 194 to 16, 277 to 5 is ours only. We're not doing very good at review velocity at all. But here is one that to me is for sure manipulation, right? Look at this product here. They've only got 43 sales in the last 30 days, but somehow they got 24 reviews. Give me a break, all right? So the reason why this is important is if you're worried that there's going to be maybe some black hat strategies being done against you if you start having success, this is a good thing to look at. If only one guy here is doing review manipulation, you got to kind of be on the lookout for him maybe. But if everybody else seems to be kind of above board, then it's okay, I don't have to worry too much potentially about this niche. And I could see most of these listings here are okay. Now, another way to look for review manipulation is if a seller has had a whole bunch of reviews taken away. So what I can do is I can actually hit the sales graph history right here, and then I'm going to hit review count history. And then I like looking back all time at the review count. And sure enough, look at this. You could see that on, what is this, December 23rd, 2020, this listing here went from 10,300 reviews down to 750. So it's not necessarily that it definitely had review manipulation, but somehow Amazon thought that they had some shady reviews, and Amazon took away in one instant 9,000 reviews from them. But I can see a few days later, they gave them back all those reviews and they haven't had any issues since then. So if you see a bunch of listings, they'll always have reviews taken away and they don't go back. That could be that they got caught red-handed by having some shady reviews. And so that's just another way to kind of look at, all right, how shady is this niche? Are these sellers doing black hat strategies to get reviews? They could be doing black hat other strategies, and maybe I don't want to compete there. So it's a cool thing to look at. So guys, we just went over these last 2 episodes, 20 different strategies that you can use just by using the Helium 10 Chrome extension and the 12 different tools that the Chrome extension has. If you guys have not installed the Chrome extension now, what are you waiting for, guys? It's completely free to install. Go to h10.me/extension, h10.me/extension. Join the other nearly 1 million people who are currently using the best Chrome extension for Amazon sellers out there. So remember what I said, though, guys, at the beginning of the last episode, was that I want you guys to try and set a goal for yourselves that at least half of these strategies you or members of your team are going to implement. Maybe not every single one is relevant to you. Like maybe that wholesale one doesn't apply to you if you're not selling wholesale, but I would say at least half of these should be used by you guys. So make sure to use it. And I want to hear from you on how it has helped your business. Hope you guys enjoyed this 2-episode series and hope you were able to pull some strategies from it. We'll see you in the next episode.